Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, welcome back to Universal Orlando Resort for another stellar episode of Danny Does. I'm sure you're dying to know about all the little details that they've added since my last update, which if you haven't had a chance to check out yet, now is the time to do that. Then return to this video to go over even more updates for Halloween Horror Nights 28. Speaking of last time, I may have wrongly named the entranceways to some of the houses. In previous years, one of the first houses... Oh wait. In previous years, the house entrances have started all the way back by where the Rip Ride Rocket entrance is, but they're not doing that this year, I think in an effort to kind of keep the crowd flowing into the first scare zone and maybe even through the first scare zone before stopping and moving on to another house. So Stranger Things is going to be where The Shining was last year. Then the entrance for Carnival Graveyard would be somewhere inside of Fallon, I believe. And then Scary Tales and Poltergeist will be somewhat proximate to where I'm standing right now. Now also, I think that the entrance for Poltergeist might be in the Stein building. But like I said in my last episode, I also think that that's going to be a tribute shop. Speaking of stores and merchandise, if you are an annual pass holder, you will have exclusive access to merch before the general public. So starting on September 12th, that's going to be your first opportunity to get merchandise for HHN. Speaking of being a UOAP, if you haven't already had the opportunity to do so at this booth right behind me, you can pick up one of the first in an exclusive set of pins for annual pass holders. I just got mine, which says, I don't need a map. And you know what? I don't. I'll probably need an HHN map, but in terms of getting around the park, I'm pretty sure I know where most things are. Speaking of those exclusive UOAP buttons that you can get, the next one's going to be available on October 1st and will be available until October 31st, and it will be a reference to HHN. It's going to say, I'm dying to visit Cary, Ohio, which, if you'll recall from my last episode, is a reference to not only the scare zone behind me called Twisted Tradition, but many other years past of HHN. Right behind me, as you can see, what I'd like to call the Stroller Hell Scare Zone section, actually called the Harvest Scare Zone. More set up than it was a couple days ago when I was here. They've added names to the IP houses this year, which are Stranger Things, Trick or Treat, Halloween 4, Poltergeist, and Blumhouse. I think they all look really cool. Each one of these podiums contains props that are representative to each of the houses. So obviously Trick or Treat has a pumpkin, a school bus, some Halloween lights, and the Stranger Things preview you can see, you know, a bicycle. Castle Fires right behind it, it says HNL. Blumhouse has a mask that the killer in Happy Death Day wears. Bayfield is the name of the high school that the characters in Happy Death Day went to. And then I don't know what these Greek letters are. I'm gonna attempt. It's Chi, Epsilon, Kappa. I don't know what the X is. I know it's Epsilon and Kappa, or maybe Sigma. Not sure. And then Caged Lion play. Maybe I needed to pay closer attention while I was watching that movie. But a lot of Easter eggs here in this Blumhouse setup. Halloween 4, obviously, Ridgemont and Haddonfield. I did not know the other day. Those are both references to the Halloween franchise. And then, of course, Poltergeist. There's a door because the house is haunted, literally. The TV because the little girl in Poltergeist gets trapped in a TV. And then this crazy, spooky-looking doll here, which always seemed to haunt the little boy. He always threw his jacket over this dummy. Looks like it might be suited for the Chucky scare zone, but it's not. It's definitely from Poltergeist. It looks like it has a Disney hat on it. Could that be? Or something similar to a Disney hat. But super awesome that they keep adding more and more elements to each scare zone every time I'm here. Like I said in my last video, every day I come, there's new enhancements, new additions. It's just the most wonderful time of the year. Another new addition that was not here last time I was is all the decoration in the overflow queue for Transformers, set up for one of the largest outdoor cash bars to be featured at HHN. Oh look, it's hashtag the panda. Now from what I understand, the ball behind me is going to be a stage show which celebrates the changing of 1984 into 1985 approximately every 20 minutes, which, if that's not hell to you, I don't know what is. Also of note that I don't think I've covered yet in this vlog are these mannequins all decked out and 1984/85 guard. Just little cool details that Universal adds in the Macy's facade. I think, add a little bit of fun. And there's more over here. A lot of the creative directors think long and hard about what to add to each scare zone to make it more authentic, and it might not be noticed, but they definitely add to it. Speaking of details, this truck, which has been here for quite some time now, does say WHHN-TV. If you haven't got that, it's Halloween Horror Nights, HHN. But it is in the New York section of Universal Studios, and they've added this New York license plate to this van, which I just think is super cool. Again, just the little details that they add that you might not notice unless otherwise pointed out to you. Last time I was here, I was unsure as to what was under this tarp. Putting two and two together, seeing as how this is a stage and it is featuring in-concert bands, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it's a drum set. Let's go around the back here and see what we can see. If there's anything else hidden here. Yeah, that's definitely a drum set. I mean, you see cymbals right there. Very small stage though. I'm assuming they'll open up the stage once the event commences. A fun little tip I was given a while back is to look up. And if we look up on the top of these buildings, you can see that there's some lighting rigs set up. I believe that's going to be not only to light this area, this scare zone for the event, but I also think it's going to be some of the projection mapping that they're going to put onto the Metropolis Tribune building straight ahead. Last year they had a really cool effect to make it look like that building was crumbling. Hopefully that will be back this year, or something similar. Maybe they'll even deck it out in a 1980s vibe. Because right now it's like Art Deco, 60s era, but we'll see. I've also been told to inspect this little alleyway back here for more details and more hidden gems. Sometimes they use this area to roll out new props. As of now, it does not appear as if there's anything that we can see. No dice. You win some, you lose some. Sneaking in the back entrance of what is to be the Killer Clowns from Outer Space Scare Zone now. Don't see anything new right off the bat, except for maybe this, hidden under this tarp. Don't believe that was there last time I was. Still got the hanging cotton candy cocoon prop, which now has a sign that says, "Do not climb." I wonder if somebody attempted to climb it. I believe that's all you can see at the moment for the scare zone. It is on the Superstar Parade route, so they do have to keep this area somewhat clean just because of all of that. Nothing too exciting to report in terms of new additions to the Chucky Scare Zone or the Twisted Traditions Scare Zone. So yeah, that's about all I've got for now. More will be revealed, and you better believe I'll be living for it. But today was an awesome day. We got to see all of this. New additions to the Harvest Scare Zone. And if you've made it this far, I truly appreciate you taking out the time of your day to watch me. Go ahead and like and share this video to continue to stay up on all the latest from HHN, in addition to all the other updates I post on Universal, Disney, and more. Please subscribe to continue to get updates on HHN. I will be posting my first take of the event on September 15th, which is the day after the first horror night begins. Be easy, and as always, have a magical day. See ya!